Hello, I'm Mike of Near Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. We are getting ourselves into orbit around Ike very soon. Also got some science I can do. Ooh, let's do some science. Crew report. Not do an EVA report just now, seeing as we're about to do a burn. We'll do that. So I'm going to have to redo the annoying spacewalk of grabbing all that data and stuff. But we'll do an EVA report as soon as we're finished here. It's only going to be a 10-second burn, and then there's going to be a fair amount of orbital fiddling to be done to make sure I've got the right inclination, and then make sure I've got a proper and my apoapsis and my periapsis are the correct amount. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And I'm quite chiefly going to mech jeb my way all the way through this. Okay. Put SAS on, which will hopefully stop things wobbling too much. So we might as well get as much of this data as we can again. Measuring temperatures of space appears to be quite impossible. Oh, that's interesting. We've got some data in there already. Oh, okay. Should have grabbed that. And seismic we can't do. Right, so... Wait. I'm going to do another mystery goo. Transmit that. So, Tamissa, out you go. Do an EVA report, which we can't transmit, but that's fine. Just to, well, I'll have to go through and see if it can be transmitted. Well, there's not much point, actually. It's not actually that useful. So we're going to let go. And we're going to be some really wacky angle. Right, I should have grabbed, I'll have to remember to grab the gravity data when I'm back on the right ladder. Oh, the positioning is very awkward. Ow. See, even that bashing into the mech jeb module is, I'm not close enough. There we go. So now we can observe it again. Transmit that. Restore it. Grab that data. Well, keep it. And I now seem to have drifted off just enough that I can't actually need to really kind of ram my head inside there. There we go. Yeah, I could have designed this so much better. Come on. Now I need to go grab this. And then observe it. And there shouldn't be any, yeah, no transmit value. So now I keep it and then collect it, remove it, and then restore. Out, at which point I should be able to go get, restore this one. Ooh, Alright. It can be very difficult to, there we go. Very difficult to maneuver yourself if you're in a weird kind of angle to the craft. And I do have to remember to get that gravity data, I think it was. There we go. Take data, log data, transmit data. No. Take data. Take data. Can't do that yet, fella. Cancel. Wall pressure data. Keep. Take. I think I'm repeating stuff I don't need to do at this point, but I'm doing it anyway. All right. That was mildly aggravating. Okay, so what do I want to do now? Change inclination. I want my inclination to be 84 degrees. Wow. Okay. Looks like I have to go. I'm having to go all the way around. Looks like, unless let's move. Let's try at the actual DN. Same deal. That's 95. That's 86. Well, 10 delta V is 10 delta V. That should work. And then I just need to get my apoapsis and my periapsis correct. Oh, no, wait. Abort. I want 74 is what I want. There we go. Right. Having a paranoid moment. There we go. How am I doing for delta V? Yeah, I've got 458. It'll be alright. I think I'll be alright. So I'm having to do quite a bit of a shift there. But it's not a lot I can do about it. I could possibly fiddle things go further out. If I, go so that I'm much closer to the edge of the SOI of Ike. Do it a lot cheaper, but I think I'm alright. So around we go. Oh, you get some gravity scans in. See, another thing I should really do. Grab that. Is, well, because I'm going to be in a fairly polar orbit, is to grab all these gravity scans again, but keep the data. It's not going to be quite as aggravating doing this around Ike as it would be around, say, the Mun or Kerbal, because there are a lot fewer biomes on Ike. Which I can demonstrate, in fact. Or perhaps not. Oh, and no, of course it doesn't know the biomes because I've not actually scanned it. What am I doing? Of course that's not going to work. It's not going to work until I start doing the biome scan. Once this is done, I then just make sure I've got the right apoapsis and periapsis. And we're done and dusted. So I'm not actually adding any new science. This is all becoming money. So it's actually kind of a pity that I'm not going to be able to keep track of how much I'm getting out of this. Because money is now completely irrelevant to me, but I'm still doing these experiments because I want to get as many of them as I can. So now I want to change my apoapsis to let's go with 400 kilometers. And then I want to do the same for whatever the other one was. Change my apo and then change my peri. And then I'll be very close to the orbit that they want me to be in. Let's have a quick check of my instrument panel. Now they should all be pretty free. As soon as we it's a pity you can't. You have to go out and get the data, and I don't really want to do that while we're time warping and stuff like that. That might be a problem. But as soon as this tiny burn gets done, which should be pretty soon. Because in theory, I think I want to do EVAs as well at each of these biomes. Possible I don't need to do them until I get to in space low, or if I not that I may well not get in. I may not bother going in space low around Ike. It'll get me some extra science that I wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Okay, and now I want to change periapsis to, again, 400 kilometers. Well, while it's having a think about that, shall we go out and grab that wait, where are we? Grab that gravity. And grab that. Because I'm probably at a different biome now. Do we need the airport? Okay. Oh, I already had the airport. Whoop. Right, that's being panicky. So let's go with actually, can I just do change apo then? Change apoapsis at next apoapsis. Yes, that is what that is how you do it. Okay, cool. It's so easy to get into that trap of thinking I'm changing my apoapsis, I therefore change it at the periapsis, even if your apoapsis isn't, you change it because your apoapsis isn't necessarily going to be apoapsis. If your apoapsis suddenly becomes less than your periapsis, suddenly that's the periapsis, and your periapsis now the apoapsis. And I keep getting into that trap of thinking that. Right, so after I do this, after I get this maneuver done, there's going to be an awful lot of, first off I'm going to do all my scanning, that's the main thing. The resource scans, and the high altitude radar and the low altitude radar, and all that. But also I'm going to want to change science alert, which is that one, and put it at its most panicky, so that so long as there's any kind of data at all to be gained from a gravity scan, I do that gravity scan, and then I go out and I grab the data. Fortunately, I'm not going to have to do any more of the mystery goo stuff. I've done all the mystery goo stuff. I've done all the materials bay that I'm going to need to do. So I don't need to worry about that, I don't think. Would it have helped to hit execute node, I wonder? Possibly. Here's me, I'm going to sit here and talk while things happen. It's like, actually, no. Yeah, so I'm going to start. Well, actually, I don't see any. I'm trying to work out. I might as well start all these now. Whoop. It's a suboptimal for the highest scan, but suboptimal is okay. I'm okay for so there we go. We're all going mad. Don't know why it's showing me Kerbal. It's not well. I'm gonna have to have a look at what the orbit's like once this maneuver's been done, because that's going to change. The main thing is You see all these little tick marks along the horizon? That's basically saying where it's going to be crossing the horizon. And at the moment, they're very, very bunched, and there are these gaps, but huge gaps between. Which means that as things stand, I've got a really naff orbit. For doing these scans. But obviously I've got an orbit to do, which I'm about to do that burn for. And it'll be interesting to see how this orbit then changes and how these tick marks change when that orbit gets done, because that's going to determine whether or not I'm going to get good coverage. So I don't think right, there we go. Oh, you can see them changing. And I want a nice even distribution if at all possible. That's pretty nice. That's good. I've almost got all the my periapsis is wrong. Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to have to do some more orbit fiddling, looks like. What's it complaining about? My peri is too low now by a tiny amount. So I'm going to have to fix that. What was that? Yeah. Oh, like it's a really ridiculous amount. I'm going to have to do some more orbit fiddling to get that truly done, looks like. There. We'll leave that to later. Next thing we need to do, I'm gonna finish up all the scans of Ike, then we're going to go Juna, then we're going to go back home. So thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe. If you've been enjoying these videos, come visit Neil Enough Dice at neilenough.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Come join us there. And until next time, reach for the stars.